I was arrested in December 2015. I was accused, had to have the activities to overturn the communist regime, and I was sentenced to 15 years in prison.
Hello, my name is Tobias Natterer and I'm a senior creative at DDB Berlin. Together with a team, I was working on the Uncensored Library and I was doing project management on the team. In many parts of the world, the press freedom is under pressure and independent information is hard to get. Journalists are getting censored for criticizing the government, for telling their opinion. Basically, journalists get censored for being a threat to the government. So censoring information is a very common practice in countries around the world because governments try to control the media and try to oppress the press in order to get information, in order to only get information through to the people that they agree with. I think it is important to fight for independent information because press freedom is also very important for freedom in general. Only when there is a free press, they can control the government and inform the people about the political situation in their country. What a lot of people are not aware of is that press freedom in other countries also affects us in our countries. So press freedom around the world is also an issue around the world. So when I started to work on Reporters Without Borders, I was asking myself, is press freedom really the biggest issue that we have? The more I was working for Reporters Without Borders, that press freedom actually is an issue that helps with all the other issues as well. I mean, without press freedom, people wouldn't know about climate issues. And if we don't know about climate issues and we don't have independent information about the climate situation in the world, it is very hard for us to find solutions to tackle it. And so in the end, the more I was getting into the topic, I realized that press freedom actually is a very important I really got fascinated about the idea to find a creative way to help Reporters Without Borders with their cause. The Uncensored Library is an open library in an open world game. Minecraft can be described as digital Lego. It is a sandbox game where you can create your own worlds, you can build structures with blocks, you can explore a world, you can find items and interact with other players. One of these items you can find in this world are books. And Minecraft books can be freely written. You can share it with other players, but you cannot change its content. Minecraft is one of the biggest games around the world with millions of players, and the fact that it is available in every country around the world created this opportunity to have a loophole to bring the truth back in these countries, to bring censored articles back in these countries within Minecraft. So we built the Uncensored Library. We contacted journalists from press countries whose work got censored, and we republished these censored articles inside Minecraft books, put them in the library, created a server that people around the world could access, and created a safe haven for press freedom and also a discussion platform for young people around the world who could visit this server, read censored information, inform themselves about the press freedom situation in their country, and also talk and discuss with other players on the server. When you tell young people that there is a book that they can read, they are probably not very much interested in it. But when you tell people there is a Minecraft building that is very impressive and very beautiful, then they would really want to see that. People are coming to the server because the building is very impressive and because the whole structure and also the idea behind it is very interesting. And only then they start getting in touch with the information that they can find there. So the library, by its sheer size and the beauty it has, also is kind of like a magnet for players to go there. And this has worked pretty well. And yeah, a lot of Minecraft influencers start talking about this building because it is in the Minecraft world an impressive achievement to the community. If you want to change the future, you have to reach the next generation. So it is important to reach young people in this age, raise awareness for press freedom, tell them that it is important to look out for facts, for true information, to not believe everything the government tells them. And Minecraft was the perfect platform to reach a lot of young people around the world, at the same time have the creativity and the freedom to build the library and fill these books. So when we told Reporters Without Borders about the idea of the Uncensored Library, they reached out in their network to contact reporters who might be interested in working together with us. And yeah, from some countries we got positive feedback from these reporters. They were willing to work with us, and we made interviews, we got their articles, we translated them in English, and then we published them in the Uncensored Library. When we had the go from Reporters Without Borders and we had some journalists we could work together, we contacted Blockworks, a design studio who has specialized on creating Minecraft builds and Minecraft worlds, and asked them as well if they'd be interested to build the library and to create this building for Reporters Without Borders. And they also quite liked the idea, and from there we kept contacting other parties and got an international team of people together to create this campaign. Of course, it was very important for us that all the reporters who worked with us on this project are safe. They don't get in danger for working with us on this. For example, the Egyptian reporters all were anonymous, and we didn't say their names because in Egypt it would be very difficult. It would be a great problem to work on a project like this. So some of the reporters are living in exile, such as Nguyen Van Dai or Julia Berezovskaya. Nguyen lives in Frankfurt and Julia lives in Paris. So here it was rather safe to work together with these journalists because they're in exile and they don't face a threat by their government. As for Mexico and Saudi Arabia, the reporters got killed. For example, in Mexico, we don't have the situation of active censorship by the government, but we have a situation of self-censorship, that journalists are scared of saying that voicing their opinion because there is a very likely threat of getting killed for this. It was very interesting to me to find out about this press freedom situation around the world. It was also very interesting to inform myself about the reporters, about their backstories, about the articles that they wrote. And some articles, they really touch you. I mean, there's an article about a young boy in Egypt in prison. I think he is only 17, and he went on the streets to protest for more rights, and he was a student, and yeah, he got arrested and he is in prison now, and he writes about his situation, how it feels to be in prison in a very young age, and how his ambitions, how his future actually changed from one day to another. And yes, these are stories that actually quite touch you emotionally, and I think it is interesting that these stories are shared with the world, that other people know about these situations, about these issues, and to raise awareness about them. We had a young guy from Canada who asked, why would this library be interesting for me, or why would this topic be of any value, since he was living in Canada and he didn't understand the topic. And then someone from Hong Kong explained to him how it feels when your freedom is about to be taken away from you, and that freedom is something that needs to be defended. I can only invite everyone to inform themselves about the importance of press freedom and also on the effects that it has to our society. Reporters Without Borders have a statement, and this is: there cannot be freedom without press freedom. Press freedom is something that we need to fight for. It's not something that we achieve once and then it stays there. It is something that we need to defend every day. Especially in these days, press freedom is under pressure. It is very important that we make these issues known to the world, that we raise awareness for the importance of press freedom. And especially in such times, it is very important for people to have independent information, to have all the facts that they need to know to protect themselves and make their life decisions on true facts. Some people might say, when you are living in a country with a very good press freedom situation, why should you be interested in the press freedom situation of other countries? But a lot of the problems that we are facing today, like the climate crisis, the refugee crisis, financial crises, the corona crisis, these are all topics that need a free press in order for us to tackle these problems, to discuss about these problems and find solutions for these problems together. Because these problems are not problems that can be solved by one country, but these big problems that we are facing are problems that we need to solve internationally, and therefore we need an international free press. We need independent information that is internationally available in order to reach people with true facts, so that they can make life decisions on the basis of true facts and find solutions for the big problems that we're having today, and discuss about these issues together.